We'll do that again. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to our fitness class this morning. And you have some weights, small weights, maybe some water. Scoot forward on your chair a little bit. And we'll begin. My name's Cathy. I'll guide you through your practice. So let's bring our arms by our sides. Let's inhale, shrug the shoulders. Exhale, let them go. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, let them go. Nice and tall. Looking great. So glad the weather's cooperating with us, that we didn't have a snow day or... For today. Yeah. Let's roll the shoulders now, up, down, and back. And get things warmed up a little bit. We'll do a little strength work, a little flexibility, a little balance. And then maybe one at a time, see how that feels. Lifting the elbow. Maybe looking to that elbow as you make some circles out of the shoulders. You can choose to make them bigger if you like, reaching up through the hand, or just leading with your elbows. Good. And let's draw it back, center, bring the hands to the thighs. Again, a little forward on your chair. You might widen your feet, and let's circle out of the hips. Good, limbering up through the spine, the torso. A little bit of drawing the belly in, filling up the belly, ribs. Good, one more time in this direction. And then when you're ready, perhaps circling in the other direction. Looking good. Breathing comfortably. Good, and returning center. Good, from here, shoulders relaxed. And then we're gonna take a breath. Inhale, fill up the belly, arch the spine, gaze up. Exhale, draw the belly in, look down. Inhale forward, and exhale back. Just noticing how this feels in your body. Opening the heart, drawing the belly in. You might choose not to do flexion if you're dealing with osteoporosis and your doctor has said not to flex your spine. So when we round like a cat, that's flexion of the spine. And then come back nice and tall. Flip your palms up. Soften your hands, fingers, and then from here, let's inhale, turn to look right and center or left. Just gently moving and turning. Good, last one. Good. This time take your ear to the right shoulder, let's say. You can tuck that hand in the back pocket, getting that stretch on the opposite side. And then maybe adjusting the angle by tucking the chin a little, just tilting the chin. Find that angle that works just right for you, giving a comfortable stretch. Letting gravity assist. Breathing into the neck muscles, shoulder. Roll the chin center, bring both hands forward once again, and then bring your gaze back to the horizon. Good. Let's take the ear to the opposite shoulder. And again, you can tuck that hand in the back pocket, so getting that nice stretch here through the neck. Breathing into the neck. Again, you might change the angle by tucking the chin just slightly. Just kind of play with the angle where you need to stretch the most, by lifting or tucking the chin. Looking great. And then from here, roll the chin center, bring both arms forward, bring your gaze up to the horizon. Good work, everyone. Let's bring our arms up, stretch your fingers long, curl, close, make a fist. Let's do this a few times, warming up the hands, fingers, inhaling, curl. Good. One more time. And then keep that fist, take your palms face down, relax the shoulders, and then rotating the hands, circling, so getting the wrist warmed up, and then circle the other way. Just notice how that feels. Good. Shake out the arms. Good. Let's slide back in our chair a little bit. Sitting tall, shoulders still over hips. And then from here, hands can be on the thighs or gently hanging onto the chair. We're going to press the legs away and bend your knees. Pressing away and release. Looking good. And then holding the legs out, let's point your toes and flex your feet. Looking great. Good, circling in one direction. And circling in the other direction. Good, shake it out. All right, let's scoot forward in our chair a little bit. And then from here, march it out. So we could start marching from a seated position, or if you're feeling really energetic, you could stand and march, but we are going to come up to stand for some of the exercises. Good. Let's take this march to a knee up. Looking good. Maybe increasing the intensity, arms reach up. So you might notice your heart rate start to rise a little bit. And then you can press it chest height. And then take it back to that march. Good. And then from here, let's plant the feet. Let's find our weights. So grab your dumbbells. And again, nice and tall in our chair. Bring the dumbbells to your sides. Your palms can face inwards. And as you're ready, we're going to do that biceps curl and release. So again, a biceps curl and release. Building upper body strength here. Nice and tall. Looking good. One more time. This time, hold the weights at the shoulders. Strong neutral grip through the wrists. We're going to push overhead press. Looking good. Don't forget to smile. Get those positive endorphins warmed up too. Looking good. Couple more if you can. One more. Good. And come down to that right angle. Adjust your posture, nice and tall. Strong center. Out to the side, open and close. Looking good. Chest lifted, heart lifted. Couple more times if you can. These ones are a little tougher. One more time. Good. And release one dumbbell aside. And we'll hang on to the heads of the dumbbell. Or if your weights happen to be light, you could double up your weights here. Or you could even hang on to something lighter like a yoga block. So feet nice and wide. We're going to reach up on a diagonal. Lift the opposite knee. Press away. Pulling down. Wood choppers. Getting into this core exercise for our oblique muscles. Drawing the belly in. Still working the upper body as well. Two more. Last one. Good. Pause in the center, feet grounded. And when you're ready, we'll go to the opposite side. Reaching up on a diagonal, pulling down on a diagonal. Reach it up, pull it down, pull it in. Looking good. 2 more for 10. Last one, looking great. Awesome, or grab both dumbbells once again. And bring those dumbbells to your side. Walk your feet back. So the heels a little closer to the glutes. And nice and tall, we're gonna hinge forward, rise, squeezing the glutes, and then have a seat. So sit to stand. Keeping our gaze upwards, our torso tall. Looking good. You've got it, looking great. Last 2. Good, last one. And then we can stay standing. Let's stay standing. And dumbbells just palms facing your thighs. We're gonna do that upright row and release. Upright row and release. Looking great. A little bend in the knees, torso tall. Good, last 2. Good, last one. Pause here, front raise alternating, one side at a time, and the dumbbell comes up about shoulder height or just below. Feel your core muscles as we lift that one side. Controlling the weight down. That's it. Just moving with the breath. Couple more each way. Last one each way. Looking great. Good work. Let's come in behind our chair next, and you can set your dumbbells aside. So again, nice and tall. Fingertip touch to the chair. Feet are about hip bone width apart for calf raises. So we're going to rise up on the toes. Release. Good. Rising up and release. So building strength in our ankles, the feet, the calf muscles. Two more. Good, last one. And then we're going to come into a calf stretch. I'm just going to turn for a side view, but you can stay as you are. Take one foot back, coming into that straight-legged calf stretch. So our back leg is straight, pressing the heel into the ground, front knee over the ankle. An option is to maybe take one arm off the chair, or you might take both. So you decide, one can be down. Breathing and balancing, pressing that heel into the ground, bending the front knee until you feel a good stretch in your calf. We're going to do 2 calf stretches today. Good. Bring one hand to the chair, the other. Now stay on that side. Just slide the back foot in a little bit and then bend your back knee. Still bending the front knee. So now the soleus, and just play with the angle so that you do feel the stretch a little bit lower into the soleus, or the underneath belly of the calf muscle. Another important calf stretch to do, keeping those muscles and joints, the tendons, ligaments, all nice and flexible, mobile. Good. Let's walk it in and then just walk it out on the spot for a moment. We're going to do those same stretches on the other side. So take a lengthy step back. Start with that straight-legged calf stretch for our gastrocnemius, or gastroc for short. So the bulk of your calf muscle. And we can bring one arm off the chair if you like, or you might choose to bring both for further challenge. And notice how that changes your balance. So pick a focal point to gaze at. Breathe fully. Looking good. Bring one hand back to the chair, the other. Slide that back leg in a little and then bend the back knee. Now getting into the soleus. Good. So breathing into the calf muscle, the smaller calf muscle here. Relax the shoulders, keep your core muscles, belly engaged, your chest lifted. Good work. And then step it in, walk it out on the spot. And then we might take a moment to hydrate or make any little adjustments. And then when you're ready, you can march it out on the spot. And you might march it wide if that feels okay. Looking great. And march it in. And let's try those high knees. Now high knees, you might be here, or you could have one hand or both hands on the chair, fingertip touch. So you decide. Good. You can take this knee up a little lower to a heel press. Heel press and a front raise. Just working at your own pace. Feeling the muscles. Getting the heart rate up. All right, march it out. All right, are we having fun yet? Getting there? All right. Looks great, everyone. Maybe take it nice and wide again. And then maybe hands to the hips and change the legs kicking back. So the heel comes close to the buttocks. You can add some arms pulling it in. You might take these arms higher. Anything goes. Any kind of arm movement, leg movement, then you can march it out. Looking great. Let's come in behind our chair once again. And we'll turn in one direction, hang on to the chair with the inside hand, outside hand reaches up, and a nice side bend. Breathing into the side body, both feet grounding, creating space through the rib cage. Good, reach it back up, float the arm down. Let's go to the other side. Same thing, inside hand on the chair, outside arm reaches up, and gently side bend. Breathing here. Feel the ribs expanding, both feet rooted. Good work. And when you're ready, reach it back up, float that arm down. Come in behind, you're still behind the chair. This time, come into that long back stretch. Nice long spine, a little bend in the knees. Arms might be by the ears as you press the hips back. Keep a little lift in your head so your head's centered on your spine. That's it. Good. Come back up nice and tall. Whew, good work, everyone. Let's grab our dumbbells once again. And we're going to come back to our chair. We're going to have a seat once again. And we're going to do another set of sit to stand and with some arms and some upper body strengthening. So we're going to throw it all together. Are we ready? So let's begin. Let's rise and curl, overhead press. And then have a seat. Good, rise and curl and press. Lots of breath here. Looking good. Regulating the breath. Almost there. Good job. One more time. Let's stay standing. Good. And this time hinge back. Bring those dumbbells out in front. Strong center. Rear fly. Yep, watch your neighbor. Looking good. Good. Nice long spine. Weighted in the heels. Good, maybe 2 more. Last one, little squeeze between the shoulder blades. You've got it. Let's stand nice and tall. Just 1 dumbbell, so 1 dumbbell can rest on the chair seat. And you can be anywhere in your space, or if you're hanging onto the chair, hang onto the chair with that inside hand. Outside hand has the dumbbell. And we're gonna pull across for wood choppers. So option 1, hanging onto the chair. Option 2, again, hanging on to the 2 heads of the dumbbell. Looking good. And last one. Woo, we did it. Wander over to the other side of your chair if you're using the chair for support. So again, outside hand has the dumbbell, inside hand on the chair. We might reach it across. We might be here with the dumbbell or hanging on to the 2 heads of the dumbbell or 2 ends. You've got it. Lots of breath. It's going to elevate your heart rate. So keep an eye on that. Take a pause anytime you need it. Good. 1 more. Good. Let's pick up both dumbbells. Good job, everyone. Standing nice and tall anywhere in your space, or you can sit if you prefer. Let's do bicep curl for 2. So we're coming up for 2 and down for 2. That's it. Up for 2, down for 2. So about halfway and then all the way. And I just happen to have my palms in, but your palms could be forward. That's it. A little bend in the knees, nice and tall. Last one, hold the dumbbells by your shoulders, opposite shoulder presses, alternating side to side. Looking good. And last one. Good. Rest those dumbbells on your chair seat. Come in behind your chair. And fingertip touch to the chair. We're going to do bird dog. So opposite arm and legs, little lift. Other side, little lift. Good. Keeping the gaze upwards and ahead of you so that the head and neck stays tall. You've got it. Looking good. Good. Last one each way. You've got this. Good. And then toe ball heel, your feet out, turn your toes out so you have this nice wide stance. Fingertip touch to the chair. Let's sink back. A plie squat. These are new. Looking good. So if that's comfortable, hip, knees, toes all go out on a diagonal. Chest stays lifted. Sink down as low as you can go. You've got it. Last 2. And last one. Good. Let's come to the one side of your chair here. Take that outside foot and come into a quad stretch. So option is here. If you need a little help with that, you can turn yourself around, put your shoelaces on the chair seat as a modification for your quad stretch. So either or, we'll stay just a couple of more breaths on this side. Good. And releasing that side. Over to the other side of your chair, grabbing the other foot, or put your shoelaces on the chair again. Good, just getting that comfortable stretch in your quadricep muscle or the front of the thigh. Knees coming closer together as much as you can. Good, just breathing. Great work releasing that leg. Good. Again, take an opportunity again to hydrate. Really important to stay hydrated before, during, and after your class, your workout. And then from here, we'll come to one side of the chair again. So light touch on the chair, hand on the hip. And shift your balance to the inside leg, outside leg presses away. So we're working on standing leg strength and external hip strength on the opposite side. Good. Looking great, everyone. One more time. Good. Pause, sink into the feet, outside arm up, side bend. So you could either hold here or you might use this opposite hand to gently facilitate your stretch. And when you're ready, reach back up, float the arms down. Let's go to the other side. So again, feet grounded. We'll start with that side leg lift. So shift your balance, inside leg. Outside leg presses away. Looking good. And last one, good job. Ground both feet, outside arm reaches up, and then side bend. Option to stay here with the hand on the chair, or use that hand to gently give a little tug, a little facilitation of that stretch. And reach back up, float the arm down, roll the shoulders up, down and back. Good. This time clasping the hands behind you, opening the heart, opening the chest, shoulders. Again, just breathing here, or the hands just might reach back behind you, either or. Good, and release. Good. So shake it out. Maybe put on your dancing shoes so you can march, dance, do any of those knees up or kickbacks that we did earlier. Looking good. So this is something you could do anytime through the day. If you've been sitting for a while, you might get up and dance. Dance on the commercials? No. Who watches TV with commercials? I'm not sure. All right. Yeah, if you need to lift your spirits, put on your favorite music and just dance about. Yeah. Do, do, do. Get those positive endorphins going. All right, good. Come on in behind your chair once again. And we're going to do some shin raises. You can also do this leaning up against the wall as an option. Fingertip touch to the chair. Let's lift our toes, rock back onto the heels, plant your feet. Lift the toes, plant your feet. That's it. Looking great. You've got it. Toes up. A little more subtle than our calf raise. Building strength in those lower leg muscles, helping our walking gait, and helping us to prevent falling. So mobility of the ankle and foot, really important. Looking good. That's it. Good job. All right. And shake it out. That's it, just moving around. Practicing your dance moves or your line dancing. Do, 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 do. All right, come back to that side of your chair and hand on the chair, hand on the hip. Let's shift our balance to the inside leg. Outside knee comes up, external rotation, close, and back to the floor. So once again, building strength in the hips and strength in the standing leg. Looking good. So these exercises are good for building bone densities because we're standing, so it's weight bearing. That's it, looking good. And just a comfortable range of motion for your hip. Good, last one. Good, and release. Pick up one dumbbell. We can stay on this side of the chair. Now the hand can be on the chair, the hip, or just resting sort of in the back pocket. We're going to take that weight out to the side. Looking good. Good. Let's go to the other side of our chair. And we'll start with the legs once again. So hand on the hip, hand on the chair. Shifting our balance to that inside leg. And then outside knee comes up, external rotation, close, and back to the floor. Good. Again, up, open, close, and to the floor. Take your time. Notice how this side feels. Might have a little more range of motion on one side, completely normal. That's it. Good, last 2. And last 1. Good. Let's pick up that dumbbell once again on this side. Hand on the chair, the hip, or the back pocket, and then lifting out to the side. About shoulder height. Working the shoulders, working the core muscles. Looking good. You've got it. Good. Let's pause. Bring your hand back to the chair. Dumbbell in that outside hand. We're going to add 1 more to this side, and then we'll do it on the other side. So outside knee comes up, step back and down. So knee up, reverse lunge. Looking good. One more time. This time hold that knee up. Find a place of balance. You might let that inside hand hover. Working on balance. Pick a focal point to gaze at. Good job. And release it down. So you might practice those too. Every time maybe you come to your kitchen sink to put some dishes away or stack them up in the sink till you wash them, you might pause and do some one-leg balance stands. Hand on the chair, shift your balance. And then from here, we're gonna go knee up, lunge back. So give each leg its own track. Looking good. Just grooving that pattern. Body tall, you've got it. Last 2. And on this last one, hold the knee up. Again, balancing, bracing. You might lighten the touch on the chair. Working on strength and stability. Balance. You've got it. Jump back in. Good, and release. Good work, everyone. Let's rest that dumbbell on the chair. Again, grab water, stay hydrated. And coming back to the chair, so you can face your chair seat or be side on. It really depends on the type of chair that you have. Just make sure your dumbbells are a little bit out of the way. We're going to come back to a flat back. Tabletop position, pulling the belly in, having a long neutral spine. So sink into the heels, and let's go one arm lifting about parallel, the other side. So starting to work our core. That's it. Little bend in the knees, long spine. Good work. One more each way. Good, and then secure your grip. You can either have flat hands or hands can kind of be out to the side, which is a bit more neutral for your wrist. Then lifting legs only, one at a time. A little lift, come back to the spot, little lift, and return. So crown of the head long, away from the tailbone, balancing your table. So we're working all the muscles through the core, so shoulder girdle to hips, low back. Belly drawing in. Good. Just adjust your gaze for neck comfort, so your head and neck's long as well. Good, last one each way. Good, grounded in the feet, bring your hands to the thighs, come on up, take a pause. Opening through the shoulders and chest. Sink into your feet. Good. We're going to come back to that same position. Now, if you prefer to stand behind your chair for bird dog, feel free to stand, do the standing version or this tabletop version. So we're going to lift that opposite arm and leg and release. Take your time, work at your own pace. That's it. Gazing a little bit forward, keeping the neck long. Feel the muscles at the back of the hip, the gluteal area, muscles through the shoulder girdle, through the belly. Looking good, that's it. And last one, just balancing left or right. And you might pause for a stretch. Maybe you reach your arms forward, press the hips back if that feels good. And come up a little higher, sliding the hands forward. Then bring the hands to the thighs for support and come up the rest of the way. Opening chest, shoulders, just pausing for a moment. Your chair is handy if you need it. Good. And then from here, we'll turn to face forward and bring those dancing shoes back on if you want, or marching shoes, anything at all. Just moving about your space. You can sit and march as well. That's always an option. Looking good. All right, let's come back to our chair, one hand on the chair. We're going to practice that one leg balance stand again. All right, shift your balance to the inside leg or one leg. Outside knee can come up. You might reach your branches out, your arms, lift your torso. Just playing with balance here. Pick that focal point to gaze at. Good. Body constantly finding balance and strength. Good. Take it on down. Shake it out for a moment. And then maybe you go over to the other side of your chair. And then we can practice that one leg balance stand on the other side. So hanging on to a chair, the wall, counter, lifting that outside knee, drawing up strong on the standing leg. And then maybe reach branches out or up, or they can stay on the chair a little bit, hovering. Good job. You might find one side a little easier than the other. And take it on down. Good. Let's come back to our chair, and we're going to use one weight. Option is to use no weights at all. We're going to sit a little forward on the chair, and I'm going to turn to a little bit of a side view here. So sitting nice and tall, frame that dumbbell about chest height, and we're going to sit a little bit away from the back of the chair. So we're going to squeeze the glutes, rock back, let the shoulder blades touch, inhale up. Exhale. If you want more challenge, scoot forward a bit more, squeezing the glutes, pulling the belly in. So working those abdominals. That's it. We're creating a little more space in the front of the hip as we squeeze the glutes, rock back. Good, last two. And last one. Good, set that dumbbell aside. And then we're gonna grab our right leg or the left, it doesn't matter. Grabbing either shin or hook the arm underneath and breathing into this hip. Nourishing the hip, a little stretch. And then lifting that lower leg, you might grab the sneaker or just the ankle joint. You might rock back and forth. You might stir out of the hip socket. You might stir the other way. So our hip joint's a ball and socket joint. So bringing that ankle above or below the knee, let the knee fall out where it may. Sit nice and tall. And just till you feel that comfortable stretch in those external hip muscles, you might feel it in the back of the leg as well. Breathing into the muscles here. That's it. And slowly release. Good, notice how that side feels. We're going to do the same thing other side. So hugging that knee in or hook it underneath. Or it might even rest on the chair. Breathing into the belly and ribs here on this side. Good. And then picking up that lower leg, you can grab the sneaker, back of the shoe, or the ankle. A little rocking perhaps. Maybe that stirring action out of the hip. Maybe stirring the other way. Good. And then resting the ankle above the knee, nice and tall. Let the knee fall out where it may. Easing into the stretch. So this stretch might even just look like this. Good. So modify for knee and hip concerns that you might have. And pause. Good. Let's do another stretch while we're here. Just make sure your dumbbells are out of the way. Scoot forward on your chair. Doesn't matter what side. You're going to take that outside hip a little bit off the chair. Hang on to the chair with the inside hand. So we're opening this hip flexor. We're going to reach that arm up nice and tall. And then you might add a side bend, or you might stay very tall and linear. Press through the feet to activate the legs and glutes. Feel the difference as you press through both feet. Relax the back shoulder away from the ear. Good job, everyone. And take it back up, float that arm down, help that leg forward, and let's do the other side. So we'll do the same thing other side, scooting forward a little bit, freeing up that front hip and buttock, grounding the foot, so hip, knee, ankle all in the same plane. Front arm can come up. You might stay here, or you might add a little bit of a side bend, reaching up and out of that hip flexor, pressing through the feet. Firing up the glutes, the legs. You've got it. Keep breathing. Keep noticing. Good. Take it back up and float the arm down. Good work. Draw that leg forward. Come back to your chair. Let's pick up our dumbbells once again. All right, so this exercise for the rear delts in a seated position. So we're going to draw our heels back. We're going to hinge forward, keeping the belly drawing in, dumbbells out in front, and we're going to do a row. Really press through the heels for support. Up and squeeze, little pause. Slow and controlled. Looking good. Good, last two. Last one. Good job, everyone. Whew, those were fun. Take it on up. Good. Bring your dumbbells, palms facing forward. We're gonna do a bicep curl and then palms forward, overhead press. So we can do that little turn, so that our palms can face forward in both the press and the curl, if that feels okay, or any variation. Curl, press. Looking great. And last one. Good. And then bring your dumbbells 90 degrees. Take a breath, lift that right foot to hover. Lift your elbows for 4 and 3, belly drawing in, pressing into that stationary leg. 1 more. Good, lower that foot, change foot, or feet, I should say. That's it. 1 more. Whew. Good job, take it down. Those were fun. All right, let's put those dumbbells together, press them up, bring them together, stabilize your torso, slowly bend the elbows. Dumbbells come carefully behind the head for tricep overhead press. Looking good. Feet grounded, body tall. Good, last one. Good. Woo. Bring it on down. Come up to stand just in front of your chair. All right, we're gonna hinge back, stick your butt out, long spine, belly in. Here we go, we're gonna do a row and release, and a row and release. Double row. Keep that natural curve in the low back. Feet rooted. Good. Last 2. Last one, we're going to add a little change, holding here. Now kick it back. Tricep press from this angle. Looking good. Pivoting at the elbow. One more time. Good, come up to stand. Whew. Upright row.
2 weeks off, we're feeling it.
Looking good, hang in there. We're almost done. Last one. Good, rest your dumbbells off to the side and come in behind your chair. We've got 2 more little short exercises before we come into our relaxation part. Feet are hip bone width apart, lightly hanging onto the chair. So we're gonna do that calf raise and a shin raise. So combining those 2 movements, calf raise and a shin raise. So these might be your homework exercises, or you might just go on to YouTube, find this video or one of the videos and do it from home, especially if we get another snow day.
There's all kinds of them on Facebook now.
Yes.
Inundated.
Looking good. Feeling the muscles, strength. Looking good. Good. And let's come back to our chair. Have a seat. Grab water en route. Looking good. So finding that comfortable seat. And bringing your focus, your gaze inwards. And taking a little time just to rest. And if you're doing this one from home, you might set a timer. You might stay 5 or 10 minutes even. Today we have about 3 minutes or so. So eyes can soften or close. And feel the support of your chair. Allow the belly to rise and fall with each breath. Allow the muscles to melt away from the bones. Letting go of any holding. Just breathing. Taking your time to awaken, blinking the eyes open. And just notice how you feel after that great workout. And reach around, find your shoulder blades, give yourself a big hug for showing up today, for working hard. Good work, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. We'll see you again soon.